The black crake is a waterbird in the rail and crake family, Rallidae. These birds are found across sub-Saharan Africa, inhabiting various wetland habitats such as marshes, swamps, and the edges of lakes and rivers. Black crakes have glossy black plumage covering most of their body, including their head, neck, back, wings, and tail. This black coloration is often striking and stands out against their surroundings. Their bill is typically a bright red color, which provides a stark contrast to their black plumage. This feature is one of the most distinctive characteristics of the species. Similarly, their legs and feet are also bright red, adding to their overall colorful appearance. The eyes of black crakes are typically dark brown or black. Black crakes are relatively small birds, measuring around 20 to 23 centimeters in length from the tip of the bill to the end of the tail. Black crakes weigh around 50 to 70 grams. This weight range is typical for adult individuals of this species. Keep in mind that these are rough estimates and actual weights may vary slightly. They have a compact and streamlined body shape, which is typical of birds adapted to moving through dense vegetation in wetland habitats. They have long, slender legs and toes that are adapted for walking on floating vegetation and navigating marshy environments. Their toes are particularly long and slender, enabling them to grasp onto reeds and other vegetation while foraging. Their tail is relatively short and often held upright while they are walking or foraging. While primarily adapted for short bursts of flight, black crakes' wings are also useful for navigating their wetland habitats and may be occasionally used for longer flights between feeding or breeding areas. While black crakes may form loose aggregations outside of the breeding season, they are generally solitary or found in pairs during the breeding season. They may maintain monogamous pair bonds for at least one breeding season. Black crakes are closely associated with wetland habitats, including marshes, swamps, ponds, and the edges of lakes and rivers. They are adapted to navigating through dense vegetation and shallow water, where they find food and suitable nesting sites. Black crakes are known for their vocalizations, which they use for communication within their species. Black crakes emit a variety of calls, including sharp, metallic notes and repetitive chattering sounds. These calls are often used for communication between individuals, particularly during territorial disputes, mate attraction, and maintaining contact with other members of their group. Black crakes use contact calls to maintain communication with other members of their group, especially when foraging or moving through dense vegetation. These calls help individuals stay in contact and coordinate their movements. When black crakes perceive a threat, they may emit alarm calls to warn other members of their group. These calls are typically sharp and loud, alerting nearby individuals to potential danger. During the breeding season, black crakes may use territorial calls to establish and defend their territories against intruders. These calls can be loud and persistent, signaling ownership of a particular area. Black crakes engage in courtship displays during the breeding season, which often involve vocalizations. These vocalizations can be part of elaborate courtship rituals aimed at attracting a mate. When engaging in territorial disputes or other aggressive interactions, black crakes may produce specific vocalizations to assert dominance or intimidate rivals. These calls can be loud and confrontational. Black crakes feed extensively on insects, including beetles, grasshoppers, crickets, dragonflies, and various aquatic insects. They forage along the edges of wetlands, probing in mud and among vegetation to capture their insect prey. Fish make up a significant portion of the diet for black crakes, especially in areas where they have access to water bodies containing small fish species. They may wade into shallow water or hunt along the edges of ponds, lakes, and streams to catch fish. Crustaceans such as crabs, shrimps, and crayfish are also part of the black crake's diet. They are often found in wetland habitats where these crustaceans inhabit muddy or marshy areas. While animal prey forms the bulk of their diet, black crakes also consume seeds, grains, and various types of plant matter. They may feed on seeds found in wetland vegetation or agricultural fields adjacent to their habitat. Occasionally, black crakes may consume small reptiles such as lizards and amphibians such as frogs and tadpoles. These prey items are usually captured opportunistically when encountered during foraging. In addition to insects and crustaceans, black crakes may consume other invertebrates such as snails, worms, and small mollusks. The specific composition of a black crake's diet may vary depending on factors such as habitat availability, seasonality, and local prey abundance. They are opportunistic feeders, adjusting their foraging behavior to exploit whatever food sources are readily available in their environment. Black crakes are generally monogamous during the breeding season, forming pairs that may last for at least one breeding season. These pairs often engage in courtship rituals to establish and reinforce their bond. Courtship displays may involve elaborate movements, vocalizations, and mutual preening. Black crakes typically build their nests in dense vegetation near water bodies such as marshes, swamps, ponds, or the edges of lakes and rivers. The nest is usually a cup-shaped structure woven from plant materials such as grasses, reeds, and leaves. Both male and female black crakes participate in nest-building activities, often working together to construct a sturdy nest. The breeding season for black crakes varies depending on their geographic location, but it typically occurs during the wet season when food resources are abundant and water levels are higher. In some regions, breeding may occur throughout the year in response to local environmental conditions. Once the nest is constructed, the female black crake lays a clutch of eggs, usually numbering between 3 to 6 eggs. The eggs are typically cream-colored or pale brown with dark markings, providing camouflage within the nest. Incubation duties are shared by both parents and last for around 18 to 20 days. Both male and female black crakes participate in incubating the eggs and caring for the young chicks after they hatch. The chicks are precocial, meaning they are relatively well-developed and mobile upon hatching. However, they still rely on their parents for protection, thermoregulation, and food provisioning during the early stages of their lives. After the chicks hatch, the parents continue to provide care and protection until the young birds are capable of foraging on their own. Black crakes may raise multiple broods in a single breeding season if conditions are favorable. During the breeding season, black crakes may become territorial and defend their nesting territories against intruders, including other black crakes. They may engage in aggressive displays and vocalizations to deter potential threats to their nests and offspring. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for even more viewing pleasure. Don't forget, like and comment. Feel free to share.